Hello, welcome back into the show. Today's message is really a bit of an activation. It is around remembering that you have the ability to leverage your energy when it comes to creation, when it comes to your creative work, but also when it comes to creating your reality. Here's a story for you, my personal experience around this. A few years back in my business, it was actually the first year that my first daughter was born. I went back in after maternity leave and I was excited, raring to go. Really keen to see what this phase of motherhood and career or business could look like. I was actually really excited about it. And things went well. They started to get really busy. I was actually booked out solid for around 9 months, I think, with soul activation symbol logos that year. And so I definitely got to learn about the motherhood business balance. And within the mix of that, I had quite a few moments of being at capacity, being in overwhelm of like, holy shit, I have so much to do. I love this work, but I think at one time I had to create a spreadsheet because I had over 20 client projects that I was working on at the same time, along with my daughter being home and starting her transition to kindy. So it was a lot, and my system felt it. And it took me on a bit of a spiral, a bit of a journey to learn about my capacity, to learn about my rhythms and the season of life that I'm in, and to learn about energetic leverage, how I could leverage my energy state to create the results that I wanted, but without the overwhelm, without that sense of too muchness and fullness. So I wanted the impact in my work. I wanted to be creative, to build my creative business. I still do. But I didn't want it to come at the cost of my time and my energy and being at this kind of overwhelm point, this point of like every second of the day matters. And if she doesn't go down for her nap at this time, then I'm going to miss out on that chunk of time. Like it was feeling really tight. And as we all know, that is not a place where creativity grows and thrives. So I set about creating a business, a creative business, still intuitively soul-led, which felt spacious, but still continued to deliver overflow. And it was a process, as all things are. But I came to a point, and I've just kind of realized it over the last few months, this year really, where you can have it all. You can have the spaciousness, the exciting creative projects, and also the financial abundance. And you don't need to push yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to prove yourself or take on too much in order to do that. Because I was stuck in this mindset of lack, basically, is if I don't say yes to this client, then the money's not going to flow and I'm not going to keep this momentum up. That's how it felt back then. Now it feels much different. In the past few months, I have had 3 significant creative projects, which have ranged from a couple of weeks to over 6 months. And those 3 creative projects alone have generated 38K in my creative business. Now, flashback to that year when I had booked out 9 months back to back, all the clients, at capacity. I couldn't possibly do any more. Like I actually couldn't. I still felt in so much lack as well because the prices that I was charging at that time, all of it, I still felt like I was only just scraping by, even though I was pushing myself like crazy. I've created more with those 3 clients than I did in that entire year. So it goes to show that leveraging your energy is a significant part of running your soul-led business, of creating a a world for yourself, a lifestyle for yourself, where you do get to follow what feels right for you. For me, I had to really look at the season of life that I was in. And for me now, the one I'm still in, I have Mary at home with me every day. I only have these pockets of time, which I'm recording this in her nap time, and I will work tonight on some other things that I've got bubbling away. But I have adjusted my business to suit the rhythm of life that I'm in, because what I know is that leveraging our energy to create wild things that don't make logical sense, comes from a state of coherence. When we are following our own rhythms, when we are attuning our work and our business to the season of life that we're in, it allows us to stay in this open, receptive state of coherence. Coherence is what creates. If you think about it like this, your energy field, when it is coherent, when you are listening to your body, when you are following what feels right, when you are moving in a state that feels like flow for you, creative flow, your energy is potent. It's almost like a signal that becomes much stronger. It is a more directed stream of energy that you are bringing out into the world. It's a signal that is strong. And when we are in the opposite to that coherence, we are in a state of chaos sometimes within our state. We are dysregulated. We are betraying our body, going against what our body naturally needs and desires. And that dissonance is created in our field, and our field collapses, it contracts, it becomes weaker in its signal. So living in rhythm and living in a way that attunes your work to the season of life that you're in allows you to stay in coherence. Coherence is the highest level of creation. That is how we leverage our energy to create what we want in our world. So the next time that you find yourself pushing through or betraying your body in some kind of way that doesn't feel good, there's that dissonance that you feel inside, there's that resistance that you're feeling inside, know that there is another way, and know that actually that resistance that you're feeling is your soul telling you that there is another way for you to do this. There is another pathway, there is another way to create what you desire to create in the world. And then, as much as you can, come into that coherent state. Here are the 3 things that I do to leverage my energetic state of being. I follow my rhythms. This looks like every day checking in with my body. What does my body need in this moment? Do I need to rest today? Or in this moment? Do I need to create something? Do I need to paint? Do I need to record? What is it that my body needs? And then give that to yourself. You have to follow, you have to let your body know that you're listening. That's when your body can soften and feel safe. That's when your capacity expands. The second thing I do is that I focus my energy. And this looks like catching thoughts that are unhelpful and knowing that I can rewrite them, rewire them. This looks like actually choosing the frequency state that I desire to be in. And it can be as simple as this black and white sense of, am I oriented towards abundance in this moment, or am I oriented towards lack? Because you can't be in both realms at the same time. When you know how simple that is, it's really easy to catch, oh, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about that invoice that hasn't been paid yet. And so I'm in that lack state. Okay, cool, that's great feedback. I can now shift my focus into the state of abundance, and I can orient myself to that place. So focusing your frequency is the second one. Number 3, you need to be in a space where only potential and possibilities are ahead of you. So often we create things in our life that have that are just kind of reruns of what we've done before. We have this kind of cap where we're like, okay, I know I can create this, and so I'll just recreate the same thing. That's why it's so empowering to hear stories like this one, perhaps, or from other people who have done the things that you want to do, because there's a code in that your body goes, I recognize that this is possibility. It means that this is available to me as well. So being tapped into, everything can shift in an instant. Being in that space of, in the next moment, a freaking miracle could just drop in. I mean, that was literally me a few months ago when a client, it's actually somebody I worked with before, came in and said, hey, are you doing branding websites? Like, I need the whole thing. And that was a $25,000 package that I created for her. Just in a moment, in an instant, that can happen. So orienting yourself to that place where possibilities abound, where anything can happen in any moment and things can shift like that.